Garden Talk with Sally. Today we are going to plant tomatillo tomatoes. This is the first year that I have tried to grow them. I really love like salsa verde and green chili sauce. So I'm going to grow some plants this year and see if I can learn how to make those things come fall time. So I'm going to show you the basics. Tomatillos are different than tomato plants. They are a hi Mike, they are a bigger, more bushy plant. So they need more spacing to grow. They need about at least 2 to 3 feet apart. And you need to be really careful because their stems aren't flexible like tomato plants. So when you plant them, you need to make sure that you stake them up or they are braced so they don't break and get damaged. And also tomatillo plants, you have to have 2 of them because they are not self-pollinators. They need a second plant in order to pollinate. So that is like really important to remember. So you could have a really strong, healthy plant and it won't matter if you don't have 2 of them. And also tomatillos are like tomato plants. They do not like a lot of nitrogen. So don't fortify them when you start growing your plant, and don't fortify them throughout the year. So let's get started. I'm going to plant them along the fence over here. Oh, one more thing. They don't like as much sun as tomatoes. So I've actually got them over on the side over here where it gets more shade in the afternoon. I don't know if you can see that. And you can see how it's sunny over there. So this tree will shade it during the hot parts of the day. And also tomatillo plants aren't as prone to bugs and disease like tomatoes are. So that hopefully that'll be nice. Get that all set up there. You should be able to see good. All right, so I've actually had these braced up with a coat hanger. So I've had these outside for a couple days. And it's been really windy and I haven't wanted them to break. So yesterday we came out here, they were all bent over. No, 1 second. Higher, there's just a titch. So I'm going to space these 3 feet apart. I've already kind of planned out where I'm going to put them. And put it like about that far from the other tomato. About 2 feet from the other tomato that's next to it. And then this one's going to go clear over here against this pipe. And I want that one braced while I'm doing the other one. How's everyone today? I hope you guys are all having a good day. Crazy news about James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, so got that other tomato braced up over there. All right, that'll be easier for you to see. So like all of my other plants that we've been doing, I'm going to drill a hole with my little cheater saw or drill. I was going to have it all ready to go before I came outside, but I got rushed. The water people called because we had a leak that was, a water heater was leaking. We have 2 of them, but one of our water heaters was leaking for probably 2 months. And they like called us to ask why our water bill was so high. Get a couple of these weeds out of here. So tomatillos are like tomatoes and peppers. They like phosphorus and potassium. So we'll add, and calcium. So we'll add the fish like normal. And then we'll add some coffee grates and some eggshells and some Epsom salt for a start. So tomatillos are just like tomato plants. They like to be planted deep as well. It's about right there, I think. This is the first time you're watching, any of you guys. I dig a really deep hole at first just to put the fish down there, put the nutrition deep into the ground so the roots will try to go get it. Almost thought I left my fish bucket inside, which I didn't. Just going to cut this. This is striped bass from Lake Powell, Utah. Fish is high in phosphorus and potassium, and it has other micronutrients as well, but not as high concentration of them. Put a couple eggshells in there. I'm almost out of coffee grains. I've been saving up for a couple months. I got 2 more plants left to use it for. I'm excited. I'm really excited to get these plants out of my house. My whole kitchen is covered with plants. But once I get past the garden plants, then I can move on to the fun plants, like the flowers. Those are my favorite. So I'm going to snip the bottom leaves. I'm going to plant probably up to about here. I'm going to take these bottom leaves off. It's kind of a cool looking plant, even if you didn't like tomatillos. It's kind of a pretty plant. So this is Epsom salt water. It's got 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt per 1 gallon of water. I only put it on the soil to start the year, and then I'll actually put the Epsom salt with a higher concentration. I'll do 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt per gallon of water, and I'll spray the undersides of the leaves. That way they can absorb it directly, so it will neutralize my soil. Not neutralize it, but make it alkali. I think you know what I meant, though. Apparently, I didn't water this plant very good this morning. Tomatillos are like tomatoes. You don't want to overwater them or underwater them. So you just really got to watch their leaves and make sure that they're not turning yellow. They'll turn yellow if you water them, and they'll just droop and sag if you water them. So you can kind of tell. Hopefully I got this hole dug enough. And then I put it next to this fence because I'll weave these stems through the other side and it'll kind of help brace it up. These are very gentle. Push it through. And then I'll brace the stems as it grows. And just cover it up nice and firm. Can't wait to learn how to do chili verde. My neighbors make the best, and she said she'd teach me this year. So I told her I would grow some tomatillo plants for her, and she will teach me how to make chili verde and green chili salsa. She makes it super, super, super spicy. Hoping that this, I might end up putting a stake around here just to hold it up, because like tomatoes, they'll kind of bend and they'll fold. The tomatillos, they're rigid, they're more woody, so they'll actually snap in the wind. If I lose one of my plants, then I won't be able to have chili verde. All right, one down. Good thing is we only have 2 of these guys. We'll do just a really short video today. Try to block my, there we go. So 3 feet apart is what they say. They say 2 to 3 feet, and I'm gonna do more of the 3 feet. Because with my luck, I'll grow big bushy plants because I seem to grow big plants. I planted this peppermint last year. I bought like 3 of these plants, and I planted them clear over in the corner of my flower bed, and they have spread. So if you ever do peppermint plants, make sure you put them in a place that you don't care if it gets invaded, because it's almost worse than any kind of weed that I've ever had. And they're like morning glory. The roots just spread and grow. All right, so let's see. One, it's about right here is going to be, you can do even as far as 4 feet apart, but just remember that you have to have 2 tomatillo plants, and there's different varieties. So they can be different varieties of tomatillos, but they have to be a tomatillo plant. Hoping to get some of those roots from that stupid peppermint. I bought them because everybody has told me that you need peppermint plants will help with mosquitoes and stuff. I didn't notice any bit of a difference from having them. They do get a really pretty purple flower though. So we just about got everything done in the garden. The only thing we have left that I have left is my pumpkins, because they grew wild. I've got to separate them and put them in mounds. And then I have corn and squash, peas, green beans, some radishes, carrots. I think that's about it. That's not what I grow. All right. I got that hole, and I'm actually going to do this just a little bit wider. Does anybody know if Tim Pool is the only one talking about the Project Veritas thing today? All right, so we're going to take this, have coat hangers all along this fence at all times. So if I ever have to just quickly brace a plant up, I can hurry and grab one of these if it's windy or whatnot. I bought a box of like, I think 100 on Amazon for not very much money. It was like 20 bucks for 100 hangers, and they're pretty sturdy. And the soaking nice and good. I'm hoping these plants do good in this corner because a lot of times my tomatoes, my tree's gotten so big that the tomatoes don't get as much sun as they used to get. So knowing that these don't need as much sun is kind of cool. So these are like tomato plants, so they'll send out shooters like they do. And loosen up those roots. Thought they'd be a lot more root bound than they are. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. We got 2 plants done in like 10 minutes. Pretty cool. Come fall, I'll do some, show people how to can tomatillos. Maybe get my cute little neighbor to come over and do a show and teach people how to make homemade chili. I'm telling you, it's the best I've ever had, and she makes it so hot. All right, grab a couple of hangers to brace this guy up and we'll be done. So I want this hanger to be snug, but I don't want it to allow it to break. Let's see. Oh, that's pushing too much on it. Try to plant this one a little bit closer to the fence. And I'll just kind of weave. As this plant grows, I'll actually weave it through the fence. So it adds like a good brace for it. Should hold it in place a little bit. Perfect. What was I going to say? Since you're still in here, Mike, I'll take you. Who was that? Well, hi, Nerd. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I'll take you on after I'm done planting this. I'll take you and show you the cute little turtles. They're a lot more fun when you can see them live. There, so that should hold that plant up pretty good. Kind of bended the coat hanger. And I'll brace it better, but just because this is just temporary till I can get my fencing and stuff up, because I'll put a fence along the piping because, but I have ducks and they'll come and steal the fruit right off of the tomatoes, and the fencing keeps them off of it. All right, let's turn this around. You're still there, Mike. I'll show you these turtles real quick. Hold on, let me get this lens cleaned off. Let's see. I'm going to turn into your show later for sure. So What was I going to say? I'm gonna for sure tune into your show. Tell me what time. So having a brain fart just because I'm. Is it Miles Plate Culture or is it? So message your channel and I'll shout it out real quick. And remind me what time it is because I want to come check it out. And let's turn this around and I'll show you. So here are the pepper plants. Tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to trim the leaves, or I'll just maybe do a short on it. Can you see how all the leaves down there are touching the ground? A lot of disease actually comes from the ground getting onto the leaves. So any leaves that are touching the ground will cut off. Finger. So they're looking really good. So those are 2 weeks into the ground, isn't all 7 days into the ground, and they're all looking pretty healthy. I've seen a couple of ladybugs out here. There's our watermelons from yesterday that we planted. That one right there looks like it's dead, but if you look really close, it's not. So the leaves look really good down there. So I'm hoping it snaps out. I'm going to show you these cute little turtles. Who's a flubber boy in Wisconsin? All right, let's see if these guys, oh, they're still out here. I gotta be quiet. Oh, he ran. So look at, can you see him? Oh, they got scared. They're still getting ready. Have a good day, stand by me. You see those? So anyway, pretty soon, that's the bottom pond and that's the upper pond. As soon as my pond tape gets in here, I'll patch up the, because there's got to cut back all these through here. There's actually a waterfall and a stream that goes down to the middle. So it should be here in the next couple of days. And when it does, I will be getting this ready. I can't wait to show you guys. You see all them fishies down there? My biggest one died. I'm so sad. That's why I only buy 10-cent goldfish, because that way when they die, I don't get sad. But the koi was my favorite. I've kept him for like 3 years. All right, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Thank you, Nerve. I love it. This is my favorite place. I'll actually hang a hammock right here between this trees and this veranda, and I'll sit out here and just listen to the waterfall and chill. It's kind of fun. All right, thanks for coming to watch. It was just a short one. I'm going to show you guys how to do, I don't know if you've ever heard of Three Sisters corn, but it's where you plant 3 corn in a mound. You plant a green bean to each. Corn stalk, is it 2 green beans per corn stalk, which gives them nitrogen. And then you plant either a summer squash or a winter squash in the middle of them. And I've never done it before, so we're going to try it this year, and it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know why I'm tongue-tied today. I apologize. I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.